Hey, Mike Rayford here with In Search of the Good Life show, and we're in Sonoma at Sonoma State University right now, and we're actually at the grand opening of the Wine Business Institute right here at Sonoma State University. It's a thing that's been in the books for a long time, and there's a whole bunch of dignitaries here and people that are going to be talking later on today, but you've got a big crowd here, some of the most legendary winemakers here on the planet, as well as just some of the most outstanding wines we're going to be trying here. But this is an interesting concept in that it's the business side of the wine industry, and so as a result what you've got is not so much wine making and enology, which is kind of covered by Davis and Fresno State, but more in the line of the business side of things, which is, you know, your MBAs, your accountants, your all the people that do the marketing and the communications and things like that. So anyway, cheers to them. We're going to be off to a big start. We got a big inaugural speech coming up and all that. So cheers, and thanks for sticking with us here on In Search of the Good Life show. So I'm here at the Wine Spectator event with Christopher Sawyer, famous sommelier. You don't remember me, do you?
I kind of do. We are friends, my friend. But you usually have a hat on.
Sometimes I do, but you know, I'm up in the Sierra foothills, and we met at a couple of different events, including the Unified and including the San Francisco white wine deal.
Yeah, the Chronicle competition and a few others. I'm going to be back up there in the Sierras this next weekend in Amador County, where I got married. Yeah, believe it or not.
Just this weekend?
This weekend, of course, Taste. And Tracy and Mark were the ones that did my wedding for me 15 years ago before they became the superstars that they are. And that's why, you know, great friendships are wonderful. And it's why, you know, being here at Sonoma State, where my wife went to college, and to see what's happening here with the Wine Spectator program is awesome, too.
It really is awesome, and it's sorry to just blindside you like this, but
right.
I see
I'm
you.
ready for you.
I see you. You know, last time in fact, just a little aside, I was up in Anderson Valley for the Pinot Festival, and the people at Hanley Cellars had offered me that really cool house that they've got, and your name was on the door. You had spent the night before me there.
Yeah. It's called the Hanley Hilton, as we call it. Now, it's a famous old house up in Anderson Valley. This year's Pinot Noir Festival up there was the best one yet, and the wines were outstanding. But, you know, it's what we have here in Northern California that we get to play with and drink and enjoy, and the food culture is wonderful. And I think what they've done here with Sonoma State University, and just a place where I grew up in Sonoma County, so to see this college really flourish, especially in the cultural kinds of content that, like, we're talking about wine and food and things that really weren't there when we were kids. I mean, to be really honest, anyone have a Swanson's TV dinner? Anyone remember that? I mean, there's a lot of people out there that listen to the radio that, oh man, I remember those, you know. But where we've come today is so different, and I think that just it's time for a college to do something like this here too. And, you know, I'll say one thing too for the Wine Spectator, just in general. I go and judge a competition in Miami and the Florida International University, and it's actually a Wine Spectator building too. And you know what? They spread the love. They learn that these are really great professors that will continue to share information with great students that are coming out of the pipeline, that are on this different level than we were when we were kids, and they're very good. And I think this is a great thing to be here today and to drink fine wine with you, of course.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, Ray Johnson was who's the executive director here, along with Marvin Schenken, who's one of the, you know, he's the prime guy with Wine Spectator. Those are the guys that put this all together, and this has been a dream of theirs for over 20 years, apparently. And you know, Chris, the thing is that this is, I've been mentioning to other people, and I've been hearing the feedback, this is sort of one of those gaps that was missing. If you think about the art of wine, as I think of it, and I know you do, yeah. that a lot of it is the part that's missing, and the part that a lot of artists really don't want to think about is the business aspect. But, you know, this is a fundamental need, and this is a great environment for these people to come up in the business world and support the wine industry as it's going around the world.
You can make all the great wine that you want, but if you can't sell it, no one's going to ever taste it. Right. And it's I mean, believe me, as a sommelier and a national wine writer, It's part of my deal is to help sell this wine too. But you have to have the people that I need to go through. Who are my networks that I can go through at these wineries when I need some information about the wines, or I need to be updated on everything. And when they have to crush numbers sometimes. I mean, this is crazy talk, but right. You and I don't have to do that. Thank God about wine. But there are people that do, and these are the ones that are doing it. I've got quite a few friends that are in this program right now. I'm super proud of them. This is a great university, and it's in the right place, and a wonderful thing that the Wine Spectator stepped in and is doing this with us.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, they've been at this for 20 years, 11 years, but Wine Spectator stepped up and donated $3 million. Gary, who I was talking to earlier from Corbel, he threw the first skin in the game, and that really started the ball rolling. And, you know, Christopher, one of the things that really I love about being at an event like this is, frankly, this epitomizes sort of the vibe that you get when you're just at a small little gathering of your own friends with some wine. Doesn't the camaraderie and the kind of, I don't mean to be woo-woo, but the love and all that stuff kind of come out?
I think so in so many ways. I mean, not only are these I would say kids, but some of them are kind of like our age too that are doing this right now, but they're going to be friends for life. And you know, in the wine industry is quite small, and you need to know your resources. That's probably the best thing that I ever learned about the wine industry is knowing resources, learning who your friends are, learning how to, like, maybe I need it for a charity. I need that case of wine, or what I'm doing up in Telluride in the Telluride Wine Festival, or what I did in Flavor Napa Valley, or wherever it is, and Bottle Rock, whatever I need it for. But who do I call? And having this kind of a network, not only are they learning a lot here, and they're learning a lot about the wines and the styles and how do we sell it, what's trending now, what's all of these things, but also who are my great friends that I'm going to treasure for the rest of my life, and it's all right here.
Yeah, you've got it. And I mean, you know, people throw the word network around, and it is important to have alums and networks and all this, but it really comes down to the fundamentals, which is as friends, getting along, understanding each other, and supporting each other when you need. And that's what all these, let's say, legendary people have done here, is they've given everyone else the foundation by stepping up and really being generous with their success. And they want to see this thing go on. This isn't just a business. This isn't about being, you know, super successful. It's about a lifestyle, and it's about a community and a culture.
It's also about Northern California and what we have that sets us apart from all the rest of the places in not only in the United States but the world. You know, like, why are we special here? Why are we a great destination? It's because of what we do. We grow great grapes, and we have great food culture too. And I think that's what kind of gets missed a little bit is the food culture. And one of the great things that when European winemakers come over and they visit me, they always say, "Chris, this is little Europe here. I get Sonoma County. Right. I understand it." Right. You know, and I always say, you know, it's my little shticky thing here is to give me an X-Acto knife and let me cut Sonoma County out from the continent and shove us out in the ocean. We'll be fine. Don't worry about us. And it's because we have not only great grapes, but we have great food agriculture too. We know what we're doing here, and it's tradition that has been here for so long, but it's really taking advantage of that and making people very smart about it. And don't forget, one of the things about wine culture and food culture and everything, everyone's got a phone today. They can look up anything they want. Who are those people that are telling them the answers to those things? Those are the kids that are here at this school right now. And that's the Wine Spectator's investment here. And it's the winery's investment in all these kinds of things that we've seen this afternoon and this evening. It's a really special occasion, and I think that they've done a great job here.
Well, Chris, great to speak with you. And I'd say ending on this, authenticity has been sort of the key word of what we all think of now as the new marketing, the new age, the new normal. And I mean, I think this is probably one of the most authentic wine events I've been to. I'm telling you, we just mingled with some of the legendaries, including you. So thank you so much for taking the time out.
You got it. Hey, everything counts and everyone counts. It's here, and we're doing it for great causes, and it's to share it with the rest of the nation and the world, what we've got. And I think they've done a great job.
Well, great. Christopher Sawyer, he's the sommelier. You can check him out, Christopher Sawyer. And your website again?
SawyerSomm.com.
There you go, SawyerSomm.com. Thanks so much, Christopher. Thanks so much. Cheers. SawyerSomm.